Welcome to the SSL Season 4 first round, first leg of the Cup tournament. This year we've got a brand new slate of teams ahead of us. Of course, last year we saw Hollywood FC retain their title and, retain the cup, and we will see if they can do it again this year. However, Hollywood FC are not playing today. Instead, we have current league leaders Tokyo SC taking on Seoul Mythic FC in a bit of what is the Asian Derby. This is the second round of this derby this season so far. Last week, Tokyo played Seoul, and I believe they won quite handedly, 3-0. We will see if the tables have turned. We are in Seoul, so perhaps a little more energy behind Seoul today as their home fans support them. Seoul coming out in a wow, there's a big save there needed there by Kong as Isagi directs a free kick onto the net, unfortunately unable to direct it into the net. Tokyo then lining up in their 4-4-2 formation with the two wingbacks and defensive midfielder and three central midfielders. You can see in the bottom left-hand side there. And Seoul coming out here in a 3-2-1-2 narrow, playing with two central midfielders and an attacking midfielder. Those two strikers up front there being Sky Rise and King Kong pounds an opportunity past Rise there. Otherwise, Rise would have likely put that away with his head. King Kong standing up at 6'4". Wow, that's an aggressive challenge there, and Okocho is in space. That goes over the hands of Cody Hill, but I think that's going to be called offside, and yes, it's looking like it. Yeah, a bon touchette there. I'm a little not unsure if that was a clean tackle. Well, either way, tie game. Now, going over to Tokyo here, Tokyo's been on a very, very decent run of form of late. They currently lead the league through what is 6 matches played. Seoul, on the other hand, sit in 4th place. They were last week, I believe, tied for 2nd in the league. This week, after 6 games played, currently sitting in 4th. Noodle does put a good chance on it there. Hill does direct that outwards, and Noodle will take the free kick here. Cody Hill has played very well for Tokyo this year. A big part of the reason why they are where they are. The American goalkeeper, although only standing at 5'2", has made some very, very big saves for Tokyo. They have an average of 1 goal in 90 minutes. On the other side of the net there, King Kong just made a massive save there, and that corner will be cleared as well. And King Kong averaging 1.33 goals in 90 minutes. We'll see if Tokyo can put more than 3 past him today. They did do so last game, I believe. So far, it's a pretty even match. Opportunities going both ways. We do see Tokyo coming out here in a bit of a familiar formation for them. They've really kind of chosen to run with this style. They play with the shorter passing, and that is what it leads to. That's the higher pressing that they come out with, or sorry, the higher line of engagement. And in return there, that's Morelli pressing up a little bit higher in here, and he'll Morelli will pick off the pass here. Wow, that is unfortunate by Hume. Man, pressure put on there by Rise, and Tokyo into the lead just before halftime there. Yeah, it was really, really looking good for Seoul there. They've had some good opportunities. Unfortunately, Tokyo just pouncing on them at the very end, taking advantage of a lapse in judgment there by Human. And unfortunately, that is the only goal that has been scored in this match so far as we come into the second half. Will we see any substitutions? We do not see any substitutions as we roll into the second half here. Now, as a reminder, these tournament matches, these cup matches are two-legged affairs, and not only that, but away goals do matter. So, for Tokyo being at home today, I believe Seoul is going to be the very, very, very uh, beneficial scorers of any goal today, as if they do tie with Tokyo, that they will technically be in the lead by away goal standard. However, if they tie with Tokyo today, we will be headed back the other way, and they have a chance to do it again. You don't know that opportunity down the right-hand side. And Mueller unfortunately puts that opportunity over the net. 54 minutes past now. And it's looking like things are turning the way of Seoul. Though Tokyo still able to counter very well. Sugg decides to play the ball back, and a long ball just doesn't find the break that it needs. Perhaps a second opportunity here for Seoul. It's interesting to see both teams playing with wingbacks. There's not a ton of coverage on either side there. Because Seoul play with the three center backs, we do see the center backs pushing a little bit wider than we do for Tokyo. But it doesn't seem to matter too much as Seoul's offensive lineup features one attacking midfielder and two strikers, meaning they play a very narrow sort of attack. Morelli down the right-hand side now for Tokyo. A drilled shot by Asagi into the feet of Mueller. Dyson bits on the left now. And Soderberg with a cross in that is cleared. Nothing too special from either team today. Throw in for Seoul and deep in the Tokyo, and Vissers all over Acapelli. No whistle. The refs just content to let the players play today, it seems. Rise with a deep pass, and Lockyer is there to clear. Now what's interesting to me is that neither team are playing with very direct passing instructions, yet here we see very, very many opportunities being hoofed away. A Hog there with a great chance, unfortunately unable to put that away. And we will see if that comes back to bite Tokyo eventually, if Seoul can get a goal here. Now ball down the right-hand side now. And that Tokyo press has been all over Seoul today. The higher line, though, not seeming to have as great as an effect in the second half as it did in the first. Acapelli down the left-hand side, and that is over the net. So I've only put 3 opportunities on the net so far, though they've had quite a handful. I believe that was over the net, though Kong did get a finger to it just in case it didn't. Off the restart now, Acapelli down the left-hand side. Isagi playing on a Metsala roll does see him drift out to the left-hand side there. And JJ Okocha is the fox in the box. Unfortunately, the fox strayed a little too far out, and that is a little more than a little way offside. And unfortunately, Seoul do not find their equalizer there. We will see if they do, as time runs away very quickly now into the end of our match. And Seoul perhaps with one last opportunity. Tokyo very nearly with the chance to counter. Ball does get cleared, and that is the 1-0 win for Seoul. 1-0 win for Tokyo, though Seoul will have to feel a little hard done by 2 offside goals for JJ Okocha, and that very well could come back to haunt Seoul as they cannot find an away goal in Tokyo tonight. However, what that means as well is Tokyo have now won 2 of what is likely going to be 4 matches between Tokyo and Seoul this season. Perhaps only one more win will clinch the Asian Derby for them. We will see if they can get that done next time these two teams play in the second leg of that match. We are jumping right away into our next game. It seems we do have Adowa Accra FC taking on CF Buenos Aires. I believe the graphic has the location reversed. I think we are at Accra, though I guess we will see. Alright. Yes, we are indeed at Accra today. The graphic is beautiful, by the way. So, today we will see Accra lining up in a 4-3-3 formation. This does seem to be a bit of a style and tempo that they've settled into, playing with the one deep line playmaker and the 2 inside forwards. So very, very aggressive. But we do see Konstantin Selik playing in a more false 9 role. And on the other end of the pitch, we do have CA Buenos Aires lining up in a bit of a 4-4-2 diamond, narrow diamond, I will say. Wow, and that is very close. Kiyoshi Oak down all over that, though, not needing to make the save as it flies out of the net, out of the field. Gorokov on the take here for CA Buenos Aires, and Siege does clear, though perhaps a counter opportunity now, and wow, that was onside, but that was a brilliant save by Luke LaRoque, the American goalkeeper, standing in at 6'2", able to stand his ground there. That is one of his many saves this season so far, though he's averaged 2.0 goals against in 90 minutes across 6 matches. Now Checker on the right-hand side, and Guverno with a chance. LaRocque with another save. Guverno has not had the best chances in front of the, not the best opportunities in front of the net this season. Only scoring 2 goals out of their 6 matches played so far. It does attribute to CA Buenos Aires' rather unfortunate situation on the table. They do find themselves in 12th place through 6 games, having 3 points, though they are tied at that place. Above them is Cairo City, who are ahead in goal difference, also with 1 win through 6 matches. However, it is notable that the defense for CA Buenos Aires has not been great, or rather the margins in which they have played have not been stellar. It's been a bit of a struggle. They are averaging, they have a goal differential of -12, meaning they have had 12 more goals scored against them this season than they have scored. The other end of the side, we do see Accra FC. Accra FC, one of our S4 expansion teams. For CA Buenos Aires, one of our SF3 expansion teams. Accra find themselves up in 10th now with a win last week, actually, their first win of their franchise history. They are tied in 10th with the Montreal United. Accra FC averaging with a goal differential of 97. Accra FC have found themselves also a little bit difficult to score. Their leading scorer being right now Kofi Ansa, who's also created a fair number of opportunities for them. The Ghanaian winger on that left-hand side today. A deep chance is cleared here by CA Buenos Aires, and through 30 minutes so far, we've seen Accra really dominate the possession of play here. Unfortunately, not able to convert too much so far. They've had a significant number of opportunities and really just haven't had any sort of luck so far. That's one of those opportunities that don't find the right bounce. But at the same time, credit must be given to CA Buenos Aires defenders. They have been all over Accra on the press today and really blocking out those opportunities. CA Buenos Aires do have 3 shots on net so far, the best opportunity in the match coming very early in the game. We do have some subs coming on here. This could be substitutions here from CA Buenos Aires. They do have a couple of notable individuals on the bench this season. And indeed, well, we do get 2 subs from both teams, actually, it looks like. We will have to keep an eye on who comes in for whom, or who came in for whom. I believe that is on the right-hand side now. Rigamol, and that is, yes, the Zambian winger. I guess inverted forward now. Inside forward. Overall forward. Well, Ibrahimovic with a great opportunity there. Luke LaRocque coming up with a big save. LaRocque has had to make very Big saves so far this match. Though Buenos Aires have not had the most opportunities, they have had the best opportunities, and quite frankly, the only opportunities so far this game. Accra FC have been looking dangerous, though unfortunately in the game of football, looking dangerous isn't enough. And there it is, Rizzo Rigamo making an immediate impact off the bench. That is what Accra FC needed. They needed to not just look dangerous, they needed to be dangerous too, and that is the man to get it done for them, Rizzo Rigamo. Big goal for Accra FC. They are at home though, so this goal will count, though just a little bit less if Buenos Aires find a way to score today. Buenos Aires playing in a bit of a balanced fashion, so it's going to be interesting to see if we do get a goal for them. Kyoshi Oakdown need to tip over or I guess they didn't need to tip it over. That was a rather ambitious chip opportunity. Now Carl Lone drills that shot over. Kyoshi Oakdown, the English goalkeeper, standing in at 5'10", averaging 3 goals against in 90 minutes so far. CCA Buenos Aires will be hoping to keep this game a little bit closer than that. Though, by the same token, LaRoga averages 2.0 and has not conceded so far. Accra FC with a really good chance there, and that's another save being made by Oakdown. We do see Accra have 15 shots in the game so far, though the only 2 on net have been good opportunities. We do need to see them be just a little more clinical with their chances on the ball here. Buenos Aires seemingly content to just give them time and space. Now ball cleared by Bjorktas. Ryman in and Laudrup with the ball right over. So as it stands, 83 minutes into the game so far, Accra FC have been very much ahead in this last 45 minutes of our game. They've really turned on the Jets. They kind of found that next level they needed to dominate the play today. CA Buenos Aires at the same time also unfortunately kind of conceding a little bit on the ball there, and that is another opportunity for Accra FC. Unfortunately, that is also blocked out by Oakdown and of Catalunya there to clear as well. So a lot of team play and a lot of defense coming in from CA Buenos Aires at this point in the match. Taken down to 91 minutes. Oh, there is the whistle. So Accra FC do take a 1-0 win over CA Buenos Aires. I will say it does look like they deserve the winners at the end of the day. About 50% possession on both sides of the match. CA Buenos Aires will have wanted at least 1 goal today. Unfortunately, not unfortunate as well not to get it. They will be heading back to Buenos Aires, I believe, to play the second leg of this match, and hopefully they can score more than they did today. Though, next up is a team I don't believe we're going to have to worry about too much about scoring. We have Cairo City coming up next, playing against AS Paris. Again, the graphic is reversed, unfortunately, though the text and uniforms are beautiful. We do have Cairo City playing at Paris. And we are back. Today, I believe we will be seeing Cairo City lining up in a 4-2-3-1. A very standardized formation that many have seen through the years. On the other side of the field, though, we have a different set of instructions. AS Paris will be lining up in a 4-3-3 wide. With three central midfielders and just the one striker today in Leo Papadopoulos. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not Torres and Aspilicueta can find each other. Wow, maybe they don't need to. Jakob Larsson, if he can score goals like that all the time, Cairo City will be pleased. 1 minute into the game, they lead away, and that is oh so important. Sabota with the clearance and Larsson there to catch it, just drills it right back at Sabota. Sabota bundles that, unfortunately, into the corner of the net, and wow, Cairo City up in front real quick. I was talking about whether or not Aspilicueta and Franco Torres should find each other yet again earlier in the season. Franco Torres is off to a very hot start, 5 goals through 6 matches. Aspilicueta, on the other hand, taking a bit of a backseat role this season. Only 1 goal and 2 assists through 6 games so far. Though Aspilicueta is leading the line today. Torres playing a little bit wider. And again, if we could see goals like what Larsson scored, maybe we don't need to see either of those men. Larsson playing it today in that attacking midfield role. We will see if he can score a couple more, even from a closer range. That was Larsson's first goal of this season, actually. The Frisian Islander, standing in at 6'6". First goal in 3 matches for Cairo City. Now City with another chance here, and that is a foul. Indeed, that was called a foul. It's very unfortunate to run into the Cairo City winger there, and Aspilicueta does tuck home the penalty, exact same place as where Sabota had bundled his the long shot earlier, and no doubt in anyone's mind that was going into the back of the net. Now through 23 minutes, Cairo City are up 2-0. Not what AS Paris needed to see here today. Perhaps an opportunity down the other way now. G Fuel in the left-hand side, and playing it back into the middle of the field. Oak, unfortunately, I believe that was even on the weak foot. Just kind of chips that way over the net, and Paris will need to do better of their opportunities here. Cairo City are not given them very many. Henry with another chance, perhaps down the left-hand side of the field and into the center very quickly. Papadopoulos is completely smothered by defenders, though. Wow, that was a goal. Calvatore rings his chance into the gloves of Sabota, and Aspilicueta is there to pounce on the rebound. I haven't seen a goal like this in a very long time. That is incredible. Yeah, you don't see very many chances like that. Sabota, unfortunately, just not his day. Radek Sabota, the Czechoslovakian goalkeeper, averaging 1.5 goals across 90 minutes in 6 matches so far. That's going to be going up after this game. Sabota really just not having a very opportune day. and Cairo City find themselves up in a commanding 3-0 lead. We will see if they press it anymore. Again, with away goals mattering, these goals do matter quite a bit, especially if they go back to Cairo and if Perry are able to turn the Jets on. However, we do have a set of subs coming in here for either team. I think it's likely that we see both teams making subs. And welcome back. We do see Scorgia leave the field, the unfortunate assessor of the earlier penalty, which saw Aspilicueta score, I believe, the second of the game for him. No, that was his first. The second was off the corner. Our free kick, apologies. So 2 goals here for Aspilicueta now. That does bring his season tally to 3. I'm sure he will be pleased about that. Though I'm sure what he'll be pleased to be a little more about is the fact that his team currently leads 3-0 in a very important leg of the first round of the SSL Cup. AS Paris coming out of the locker room with a little more intensity this half so far, and a leaping Heretic is rather fortunate the ball never made its way onto the net. I don't think he would have been in place for that. Jeeves down the left-hand side here for Cairo. And there is Aspilicueta with, I believe that's his hat-trick, 4th goal of the season for him so far. And 49 minutes into the game, 50 minutes into the game, Cairo City up 4-0. At this point, I don't even know if they need to travel back to Cairo. Brilliant play here by Cairo City, and they find themselves in a commanding position. AS Paris have their work cut out for them now. Iodele, the sub, I believe, and Papadopoulos drills that into the corner of the net. I think the defender's gonna appeal for offside, and was that the knee? Was that the knee? That was the knee. That was offside. Unfortunate for Leo Papadopoulos. And AS Paris for a moment looked like they had found a little bit of life to them. Perhaps yet still they may find a little life to them. But unfortunate, the momentum of their drive taken out of their wings by the referee. And a stray knee. Jeeves on the corner here for Cairo, and that is bounced out of net, out of the play. Sabota here with a deep clearance to Brzezinski, and down the right hand side now will Paris try to advance the ball. Cairo on the press here, just really closing the distance here for Paris, and forcing those turnovers. Torres here traps an opportunity, and Sabota makes a save, a large save, one of their few this match, unfortunately. That is their 4th save this match, also having conceded 4 goals. 78 minutes into the game now here, and it is looking dire for Paris. Perhaps one or two goals will help their cause, but there it is, Leo Papadopoulos back onto the score sheet. That shouldn't be offside. I think that took a bounce off of the defender too. So let's check that. Oh, that is very minor, very, very on. Hondu kept him on by a mile and a half. Hode kept him on by a mile and a half. Unfortunate for Cairo City, a defensive error for them, but 4 away goals will likely cover that ugly blemish. And unless Paris can now find another, G Fuel down that left-hand side with the cross in, and Cortez chooses to put that on the net with their head, and Ismael Cortez, I would have liked to see that go to Irvi and end up as a shot instead of a header, but I don't believe we get to choose. And the Heretic needing to make a massive push save there for Cairo City. Paris really pressing now in the last moments of this game. Will we see them take a second goal away? BLHA with a long ball that is blocked off before Cairo City's long ball is also cut off. Cairo City have kind of eased the Jets after Aspilicueta's 4th goal of the game. Will it come back to bite them though? We will see. Iodele with a great chance, and that needed to be another save by the Heretic. As eccentric as the Heretic is, they have really shown up when it matters. Now Cairo City drilling out this match, and wow, that is the end of our ball game. That ran rather quickly. In the end of the day, Ace Paris did have a number of opportunities, unfortunately just not as clinical as Cairo City, also not as lucky, and sometimes that is how it is. Cairo City do take away a 3 away goal advantage as they head home to Cairo City. AS Paris will likely be disappointed to not get a little bit more here. They will have their work cut out for them when they go to visit the Tomb of the Pharaohs. And our last match of the day, we do see CF Catalunya taking on Montreal United. Now, CF Catalunya are in 2nd place this year, deservedly so. They are likely one of the competitive teams that will be playing for the league title. Unfortunate that they are actually tied with Tokyo in points, just not in goal difference. Tokyo able to score 3 more goals than CF Catalunya. Although the goals today will not count towards that league margin, I'm sure CF Catalunya will be looking to improve that differential as they move through the season. Montreal United, on the other hand, find themselves on a little bit of a slide to start the year. 1 win through 6 matches, though they do have a draw there, so 4 points to them. Today, Montreal will be lining up in a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder and 2 rather inside forward cutting players on those wings. Isaac now with an opportunity. Dribbles it wide, and Biscuit does make a bundle of that chance. Gunnarsson not needing to make a save, and that is Alexandria Gunnarsson, I believe. the Icelandic goalkeeper, standing in at 6'1". Drew with the opportunity down the right-hand side here now, and all the way back to Ice. Gunnarsson needing to make a save there, and quick with her hands. I believe that is one of their many saves so far this season. They have averaged only 1 goal a game, though CF Catalunya's defense has not needed to be amazing, as they have gotten goals like that, though not exactly in this manner. McPossum with a drilled header into that top corner, and Adam Rage is not able to get to the rare missed save by Adam Rage there, not able to jump to that. The 6'2" Italian goalkeeper has averaged a 3.0 goals against in 90 minutes so far, so likely not the last goal we see from him this match, though. Coffee Biscuit immediately responds. Defenders are appealing for offside, and this is likely going to be off. Yeah, that's a disallowed goal. Biscuit's just a minute too early. Brilliant offside trap here by CF Catalunya. Let me check if that was intentional. Nope, that was absolutely not intentional. That was Biscuit just playing a little bit too early. Unfortunate for Montreal. That looked really good for them. Now rising down the right-hand side here for CF Catalunya. CF Catalunya playing in a more controlling sort of style, as they normally do. They are playing in a very sort of tiki-taka fashion. Signature they have identified with through the many seasons. On the other side, we do see Montreal playing in a more modern sort of formation. Though McPosson is letting everyone know it doesn't matter where you are in that formation, as long as you can score bangers like that. 27 minutes into this match so far, CF Catalunya hold a 2-0 lead. And that is an absolute cracker of a goal. I want to say about 20 yards out there. And although CF Catalunya have only had 3 shots in the game, that is one of them, and they are now up 2-0 over Montreal United. Montreal are playing at home. They will need to see an immediate response if they hope to come back here. CF Catalunya known for squeezing the game out, and Adam Rage able to make a save on a missed opportunity by Maple there. Maple just kind of dribbled it a little too long, held onto that ball a little too tight, and Rage closed that gap on him real quick. Though CF Catalunya holding 56% possession, already beginning to employ the squeeze, and we will see if it winds up in the 60s by the end of this match. Maple able to shake a man, and Rage again out to meet him. Montreal really need to get their defense sorted. It does not look good for them today. They've had 2 shots on net though, and 5 shots in game so far, so not exactly a silent half from Montreal United, though they will need to be much louder as they come out of the halftime break here. CF Catalunya did relent a little bit in possession, only averaging 53. We will see if that tightens up as subs are introduced into our game. I think these are subs for CF Catalunya, though I do not know if there are any subs for Montreal United. Have we been forgotten by the summer? We have not. We are back. And indeed, 2 subs for each side here. I believe that was Feist coming on. For I want to say it was Okamoto. And I believe that it's Floppy McFlopface coming on for, I want to say it was Mojo Rising. I do not know for sure. On the other side of the field, we did have 2 subs come in from Montreal as well, though I believe it may have been CJ Sladowski, and I'm not quite sure who else. Manny Calvara, I believe, might have been. Could have also been Jaeger, I'm not quite sure. Rising with a chance and still very much in the ballgame. I apologize. Mojo Rising is still in that ballgame, so Floppy McFlop is coming on for somebody else whom I'm not sure. Feist, I believe, never left this game. So there he is. So I genuinely do not know who is sub for either team. I apologize. Though Rising with that opportunity, not looking to apologize for that. Adam Rage is able to just push that out, and it does dribble onto the other side of the field. I think he's a bit fortunate no one was there to be on the receiving end of that little bit of a blunder. Floppy Flop is on the close here for Sodowski down the left-hand side for Montreal, and Edge rocks with space in the box and just curls that around Gunnarsson. A very, very, very important goal for Montreal United as they cut the Catalonian lead down to 1. I don't think Gunnarsson was expecting a shot from that angle, or that angle to be particularly available either. But indeed it was. Montreal United do take advantage here. 1-0, a 2-1 game for CF Catalunya, but a 1-0 draw back here for them in the series. Free kick there does make a mess of that opportunity, unfortunately. Gunners is able to pounce on that. Now Montreal United really pressing forward. CF Catalunya have been sloppy on the ball, unfortunately. And there's one of those chances. So that was able to, able to muscle the Catalunya player off there. Jude with perhaps an opportunity here. Haven't heard too much from him. And wow, that was a brilliant save by Gunnarsson. Montreal United turning the heat on here in the second half. Adam Rage as well playing much better in the second half this time around. Though not exactly were any of the goals his fault. I believe the first goal came off that set piece play that just would have been too hard to get to, and the second goal was that wonder goal from Impossible. So I don't think that it was particularly his fault, though. I'm sure that they will feel differently at the end of the day. However, it will depend if Montreal can find another way back into the game. They have been very, very proactive on their press and have limited the ball time that CF Catalunya haven't gotten. Unfortunately, CF Catalunya equally known to take advantage of those, and wow, McPossim sends his hat-trick opportunity curling it around the net. Unfortunately, no CF Catalunya fans in the in the stands here. It seems like the trip across the Atlantic Ocean may have been a little too long to make for supporters. Wow, what was that? I think they're gonna count that goal, but we need to see that again. What happened there? So a tackle. Mojo Rising drills a shot off a Montreal defender. The ball bounces to Dogwood Maple, who's just in the right place at the right time. Taps out the back of the net, and Montreal are down 3-1, unfortunately. CF Catalunya up 3-1 and potentially up 4-1 here. Is that a blunder by Adam Rage after having such a great game so far in this match? It is unfortunate. I wouldn't quite call it a blunder, more of a well-placed opportunity. Yet another off that set piece there. But it did look like he did get a finger to that. I'm not quite sure if that was genuine or not. But CF Catalunya finding themselves up 4-0 over Montreal United as time does tick away here. As the ball is clear, it's looking like that is the end of the ball game. CF Catalunya up 4-0 over Montreal United. They did wind up winning out on the possession game as well, getting 53% possession over Montreal United 47. An overall good game for Montreal. I think that they can be happy with their performance without being too satisfied with the score. They will have to go to Catalunya now to get this done, and it is going to be difficult to see them advance into the next round, especially as CF Catalunya are known to be so greedy on that ball. However, that is all for tonight. We will see you next time. I believe we have match day 7 coming up. A great slate of games ahead of us for that day. And then eventually we will come back to the second leg of this first round. But until then, I've been TVC and I will see you next time. Good night.